Hey guys, have you ever gotten a bad layoff during your career? I have once when I was an apprentice. I was working with a journeyman. We were working in Connecticut. I still hold my electrical license in E2 in Connecticut, never given that up. Actually, I'm going to go study for the E1. That's on another topic. Anywho, we were working in a space. Now in Connecticut, you have to have rough-in inspections. We finished all the work. There's no work to be done. Needed the rough-in inspection before we could proceed further. The foreman, who's supposed to be on the job, wasn't on the job. So, my journeyman got nervous and jerky. And after some fake flashlight stuff in imaginary spaces, he said, "Let's go next door to the bar." All right. We were over there. Come back about an hour later, maybe 2 hours later. Foreman's still not there. So he said, well, let's leave our tools out so at least they know that we didn't leave. So, kept going back and forth. Not there. Of course, he was sipping on some solace. This was the 90s. Different era than today. So, of course, the foreman comes. Did he come at the end of the day? No. Didn't see him at all. Walk back over at normal time, pack our stuff, put it in the gang box, leave. Now this is the 22nd of December. The 23rd of December comes in. The foreman comes in first thing in the morning, and he hands us our checks. We're like, oh, getting laid off 2 days before Christmas, that sucks. She go to open it, expecting a reduction in force. It was a bad layoff, misconduct on the job. My partner and I were like, we weren't even on the job. I get it, but it's a bad layoff due to that. So I'm upset because if you get a bad layoff, you gotta wait in front of the union e-board, and you never know how long that's gonna take, and you don't qualify for unemployment. So I go over to the boss, right over to the office, try to talk to him. So he's like, you disappoint me. I expected more of you. I said there was nothing that we could do anymore. We had to wait for the rough-in inspection. And the foreman, damn well was supposed to be on the job. He wasn't there. So, of course, he's like, I'm disappointed. Basically, I should have faked it the whole day. Better off closing up the gang box and then leaving and getting docked than what we did. But we didn't know. I was a kid. Of course, I said to him, there's a few times in my career since I've been working for this shop for a few years that we've left early. So he's like, oh, really? Name some names. I'm like, I am too young to be in this business to be snitching anyone out, because snitches get stitches. So he's like, I'm in a bad mood right now. He said, maybe come back in on Monday and maybe I'll change your layoff slip. I'm like, nope. Marched over to the apprentice director's office. Was in tears by then, worried about having to sit out as a new widow at the time with a toddler. I'm like, this is going to impact me tremendously. So, apprentice director gets on the phone with him and was like, you own a bar, for goodness sakes, and people pull nooners. You could have docked her. You didn't have to give her a bad layoff. She wasn't even on the job. So he's like, I'll be standing next to the fax machine and expecting a reduction in forced layoff. And I got it. Went back to work for another contractor. And I was embarrassed for a while because it was like, it's embarrassing to get a bad layoff. Nowadays, I can laugh at it and tell you the story. So, go ahead and share your story.